CASSIUS, IFL TV, MTK Global with Paulie Malingnagggi. We've been having an interesting discussion, haven't we?
Yeah, we did. We were having an interesting discussion
about the Bronx Cell.
I was saying,
yeah,
I was discussing with you how you let anybody get away with double crossing you like that. How do you let him do that? How do you let him do that?
Where were you, Paulie?
I wasn't
there.
There
Paulie?
was 90,000 people in Wembley Stadium. How was I going to find you?
Where were you?
Cougs, you didn't get in. How do you let him get away with that? How do you let him? You got to do the Bronx tail. You don't let him leave. That's it. After that, he can't leave. If he doesn't let you in, now he can't leave. Bronx tail style. You know what I mean? Now instead he's somewhere in Germany. You let him leave. You let him leave. I'm disappointed.
Water under the bridge, as we say here in
water under the bridge.
England.
You better get in for the rematch, though.
I'm fucked for the rematch, trust me. If I wasn't fucked before, I'm double fucked for the rematch.
Cool.
I'm going on holiday. I'm coming to Brooklyn. I'll tell you what, for the rematch,
right.
I'll be in Brooklyn.
Yeah, but I'll be at the fight probably.
Yeah, just put me in your condo. Have you got a condo in Brooklyn?
Yeah, I've got a place.
There we go.
Come on, man. You're going to be at the fight. Everybody who's somebody's going to be at the fight. And you're
in China, right?
And you're going to be in New York. Maybe we'll make the fight in New York. Maybe we'll do that.
Yeah, because you rule the roost in New York.
Yeah. I don't know if I can bring the fight to New York, though. I got to be honest. As much as I want to, I don't think we're going to bring the fight to New York. Talk to me. Let's
talk about this tomorrow night. Huge fight. Errol Spence must be very, very confident coming over here, first time away from America, to challenge Kell Brook. We know, apart from you, really, a lot of your Americans don't like really coming over at the peaks of their career.
Yeah, you know what it is. Fighters are scared to get robbed. Fighters are scared to not be treated correctly, so they don't like to travel. You know, here's the thing. I'm going to explain it to you like this. American promoters sign fighters from all over the world. They sign foreign fighters. Amir Khan had American promoters and whatnot. All kinds of Golovkin. I don't know, Golovkin's actually with K2, but there's American promoters will sign foreign fighters from all over the world. Once you go to foreign countries, most of the time, for the most part, they're only signing fighters from their country. You know, so when you're traveling, you're really traveling. As opposed to when a foreign fighter's fighting in the U.S., he can be the A side in the U.S. because he might belong to the home promoter. You know, so a lot of guys don't like traveling from the U.S. because they don't want to go to. When you go to the other promoter's show, that's when you're at a disadvantage. You can be on foreign soil, but if your promoter has the show, you're not at so much at a disadvantage because your promoter has control of everything. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing about coming to somebody else's country for the most part, especially for Americans. Nobody signs American fighters outside of America. But in America, American promoters will sign foreign fighters.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. I crossed you up with that one. You didn't expect that answer.
Cool. I like that. I like that. Expect these kind of answers from you, Paul. But Errol Spence, do we know really how good Errol Spence is? We've seen him beat Leonard Bundu, stop Leonard Bundu, beat Chris Algieri, stop Chris Algieri. This is a different kettle of fish in Kell Brook, surely.
Yeah, it's definitely a different kettle of fish. This is for all the marbles. It's supposed to be a different kettle of fish. This is for the championship of the world. So, you know, we've seen what Errol's shown us thus far, and he's shown us a tremendous amount of ability, tremendous amount of skill, and tremendous amount of power. Especially the Leonard Bundu fight. That guy had never been stopped, and he was a rugged guy who's hard to look good against. It's hard to look good against Leonard Bundu. Trust me. You know, he's a guy who switches and makes you look bad and makes it rugged. Knows how to go the distance, and Errol got him out of there violently. So I think that fight, more than anything, even if you didn't think Errol would lose the fight, the way he handled it in such a professional manner, the victory was such a professional kind of victory that it made you realize, like, wow, this guy's really maturing and becoming very dangerous. You know, he's hungry, he's motivated, he's determined, he's a young fighter. So, you know, that part of it, you know, you don't know what he's going to react like when he gets to this level, but you like to think this guy's been in the Olympics. This guy's been in high-level situations already. You know, he's kind of born for these kind of fights. Having said that, Kell Brook is not your average world champion. He's a higher level of world champion. He's a higher class of world champion. He's a very dangerous world champion. You know, there's even world champions as they come in different levels. Kell is a very high, elite-level world champion.
How is Kell Brook going to react after his last performance last September against Gennady Golovkin? Is that going to have any sort of factor in tomorrow night or not?
You know, it's all mental. You know, I think, you know, when you get in the ring, sometimes you might have a little bit of negativity, or you know, throughout the entire training camp, Kell's had such a hard training camp that you think to yourself, I'm more than ready for this fight. I'm ready to take this guy on. Let's get it on. You know. I think if I know Kell as good as I think I've seen him through the years, I think he's motivated. I don't think he lets any negativity enter his mind. I think this is the kind of fight he's been waiting for, where there's huge interest on both sides of the Atlantic. you know, and a win like this raises his profile tremendously because Kell has been so good, but unfortunately his profile hasn't been raised to the point where it deserves to be raised. And this is his opportunity, and I'm sure if he's looking at it that way, then you know, he's going to be up for the fight.
It's going to be a great fight either way, so we'll have to wait and see tomorrow night. Just a quick word on Sam Eggington.
I met up with Sam last night. We had some dinner. I congratulated him. I was very happy for him. You know, he's a young guy on the way up. You know, and that's the most exciting time of your career. You know, and I was good talking. I'd like to see him just continue to continue to go on this European level for now. You know, I'd like to see him defend the European title for a little bit. I told him last night, listen, I understand if a money fight comes your way, you're kind of hard pressed not to take it. You understand that because we're also in a business. But ideally, you'd like to see him continue to mature. He's getting better and better. So, you know, at only 23 years old, there's no need to rush him. I think he can actually retain this European championship for a couple of years, and maybe by like the time he's 25, fight for his first world title. You know, and by that point, you'd expect him to continue to mature and continue to get even better as he's been getting better. I didn't fight for my first world title until I was 25. So even if you're fighting for your first world championship at 25, you know, it's not the end of the world. You know, Eggington has come up the ladder rather quickly. He's made a lot of progression rather quickly, and so I think in 2 more years, if he's consistent with that kind of progress, he'll make even more progress and be more than ready to fight for a world title.
But too early for someone like a Danny Garcia.
It's a bit too early, but you know, as I told him yesterday, I said if the money comes your way, I think it's a bit too early. But if the money comes your way, you know, you're a competitor number 1, you're a businessman number 2. It's a fight you probably don't want to turn down.
That, you could probably list about 6 or 7 fighters out of Danny's last 15 fights that Eggington would batter.
Yeah, you might, including me. He beat me. So you know, it's.
I wasn't referring to you, by the way.
No. But overall, you can say that. But I'll say this: you want to go into those fights to win them. You don't want to go into those fights for the payday. The payday's nice, but you want to go mainly to win them, and then secondly for the pay. Sometimes you lose track of that. Sometimes you get offered some money, and you're like, wow, I want to grab that money. You know what I mean? And obviously, it's hard to turn down that kind of money. But remember, you always want to go into a fight to win it first. Money has to come second.
All right, Paulie, thank you very much for IFL TV. What's the matter? What, you want to pan the camera on you, Darren?
No, I don't want to camera. I want to speak to the man. He's my mate.
It's my mate. What are we doing, Coach? Fighting this guy right here. This guy right here. If it wasn't for him, I would have missed a lot of flights to the airport because of this guy. Somehow, some way, he gets to the airport every time. Except that one time in December 2015. Except the one time.
The best drink driver in the UK.
No, because you know what it is.
You talk more than I do.
Because you know what it is.
He's been live on Sky and said I'm a great driver.
The drivers, sometimes the drivers are just, you know, you get a ride or whatever, but this guy gives you entertainment. This guy not only drives you, you're entertained on the way to the airport.
Someone said this guy tickles the back of your ear.
No, not that kind of entertainment.
That's it, cut.
Easy.
See? Be careful what you wish for, Flair.
About the referee, they're about to go at it right now. These two are about to go at it right now. Oh, let's break on.
Whoa.
Break them up. They're about to go at it right now. All right, we'll see you guys next time for I Film London. All right, Kugan, you're coming to Klitschko versus Joshua versus Klitschko too. All right, we're gonna get you in. We're gonna talk to that guy.
We're
gonna have a sit down.
No, just getting me in.
I'm
leaving it on the camera.
We're gonna have a sit down. We're gonna have a sit down.
I was only joking. Anyway.
We're gonna have a sit down. Remember when Joe Pesci beat up his buddy in the movie Raging Bull?
Yeah.
Remember? And then they had to have a sit down, and remember the guy was in a cast. Remember they had to have a sit down with the boss and let him know.
We'll do that.
We gotta sit down with you and Burnt. And we gotta hash things out.
And if it doesn't go our way, we do it the old Italian way.
Exactly. But if we hash things out, then you know, at the end of the meeting, Berg hands you a credential. And that's how it goes. At the end of the meeting, you get handed a credential.
Or we give him some mozzarella. Whatever,
and you return the favor with some mozzarella. Exactly.
Perfect.
I'll see you later.
Thank you very much.